When I was a kid, one of the things I can remember about my dad was he was very interested in hunting.
As I think about my dad on this Father's Day, one of the things I appreciate about him the most, as I think about his memory, was how he could take anything and make the most out of it.
What I remember about my dad, I think the most is that he was the kind of guy who always worked. He worked hard. He provided for his family, and that was really important to him.
My first car my dad bought for me was a Volkswagen Beetle. In fact, I think we had 5 of them in our family, all different colors. It was kind of like flavors, you might say. But and he bought this car. It had been in an accident, and even though he was disabled, and even though he couldn't work at the time, I appreciated the fact that he took this car, renovated it, worked on it out in the garage. Day after day when I'd come home from school, he was out there working on that car, and that communicated a lot to me. As I think about the principle of how my dad would renovate things and make them into the best they can be, I think part of that carries over to being a father. As whatever God gives us, we're to be champions to our sons and to our daughters to help them grow in their abilities and help them identify what gifts God has uniquely given them. And as we champion them, and kind of like Paul did with Timothy, to really fan gifts into the flame, you might say, I think one of the roles of a dad is to be somebody who's their kid's biggest fan, and to really help them identify and to go after their dreams so that they can be the man or woman that God created them to be in the fullest.
He bought me my first gun, and he took me out in the woods back out on Cockeys Mill Road and showed me how to use it, showed me how to hunt down some squirrels, and we actually that afternoon shot a couple of squirrels. And it was the first time I saw my dad actually laugh when I was couldn't be more than 30 feet from whatever I was trying to shoot, completely missed it and fell backwards onto my butt. And I can remember him laughing about it. I wasn't particularly happy about falling down, but then I looked at him and he was laughing. I looked at him and then I started laughing. And that was a long time ago, and I don't think I remember seeing him laugh like that ever after that time.
Well, there was a lot of endearing moments, I think, in the family. He also was a man who inside you could tell was just angry at something and then was troubled about things. And at times that came out in being hard on us. And it was kind of like living, kind of the base of a volcano at times. And while the view of it was great, you just also had the sense at times that things was just going to explode. And when they did, it was a hard time in the family. So, but overall, I think my dad, he loved us. He showed it to us in a lot of different ways, but inside he struggled with, I think, a lot of anger about some things. And for me, though, kind of living in the shadow of that volcano and this uncertainty, it kind of created this just unsafe place. This place of where you just wanted everything to be right, and even during those endearing moments, you knew it was going to change at times, and he could get mad, he could do something really, really bad, and I think that for me as a dad, that's what's important in my own family, and I think that's the kind of God that, the relationship that he calls us to be, particularly with his son Jesus, into a relationship that says that he's safe to be with. Even this God who is the creator of the universe still says that he's a refuge, that he's a hiding place for us. And if there's just one thing that I want to be for my son, for my wife, is just a refuge where even in disagreement and a lot of different things, that they can come to me and know that it's going to be okay with me, it's going to be safe, and that doesn't make me perfect.